We've been in my home for, what, a week now?
I've been here only for a few days, but I have not technically been to your home yet, but I'm excited to see it.
Been here since the 20th, and this is the first time Doug actually let me host a video, so that gives you a good look into the dynamic of our relationship as a team. We're standing outside of Pinnacle High School, where my brother went to high school, and I didn't because it wasn't built yet. But there's a lot of rich history here. I've got a good buddy who's the offense coordinator of this high school, but the most important thing that you care about is that Ohio State is practicing right there. Can you hear the whistle?
And I want to say that this is where Ohio State always is. That I was here talking to Jim Tressel outside this facility for the national championship game 9 years ago, and the Fiesta Bowl before that. For some reason, Ohio State always stays in the same hotel, which is the Scottsdale Princess, and they always practice here. The other team practices at Scottsdale Community College, but Pinnacle High School, rich history with the Buckeyes.
And the thing you need to know is that there's a neighborhood right there with some two-story houses, and I know for a fact that Chip Kelly, while he was here with Oregon for the national championship a few years ago, wanted them to find a way to close their curtains so people weren't watching their practice.
Wow.
Which I thought was interesting, and he wanted to know who controls the airspace, and I think it's just Phoenix. Okay, anyway, so outrageous predictions for Ohio State's Fiesta Bowl matchup with Notre Dame for our last time for this season. It went by quick, didn't it, guys? I guess horn. Did you hear the horn? We'll start out with you, Bill. What do you got? And he's got notes on his phone, I think.
No, I just wanted to look up some numbers. We talked a lot about Braxton Miller in another video earlier this week, so I don't want to talk a lot about what his role's been. But the last 3 games of the regular season, Braxton Miller had 4 catches for 4 yards. Hasn't scored a touchdown since the Penn State game. Braxton Miller will have 3 catches and a touchdown against Notre Dame. That's my outrageous prediction.
Why?
Because, like I said in the video before, it's his last game, and I know it's not feel-good week, but he's been a forgotten part of this offense, and I don't think Urban Meyer wants Braxton Miller to go out his Ohio State career as a forgotten player. I think they're going to throw the ball, try to get him the ball, try to get him a touchdown. I don't know if he deserves it. You can argue whether or not that's important, if he deserves it or not. But I don't think Urban Meyer wants Braxton Miller to be forgotten. And in his last game on a fairly big stage against a really good team, they want to get him a touchdown.
I think that, too. He's got big playability, and even though the last month of the season he didn't get to do what he probably envisioned he'd be doing, there have been times that he scored. So I don't think it's outrageous, but it's not crazy.
My outrageous prediction is that Ezekiel Elliott will have fewer than 80 rushing yards, which would be just the second time this year he didn't get to 100 yards. And the other one was the loss against Michigan State. Next year, Ohio State's going to be more of a throwing team. This is also the first game of next year as well as the last game of this year. The weather is perfect. We've been watching practice a little bit the last 2 days, and you watch their receivers, and it's like, look at all these receivers they have. Why are they 103rd in the nation in passing? I think I've been saying it all year and been wrong, but I think they're going to throw it. I think they have to throw it. Notre Dame has a cornerback and a safety. They lost this week, one to injury, one because he got sent home. This is going to be a throwing game. It's the debut of J.T. Barrett, the thrower, for 2016. I think Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame running linebacker, who's the best linebacker in the country, is going to be tackling Ezekiel Elliott and keeping him from getting to the next level on some runs. And so they're going to throw, and they're not going to need Ezekiel Elliott as much, and he's not going to be as much of a part of the offense as he's been all year.
What does Von Bell do?
Plants trees.
What does Von Bell really do?
Makes plays.
My outrageous prediction, and I love offensive playmakers, but I think I'm going to change it up for the final week, final game of the year. I think Von Bell's going to have 2 picks.
I'm down with that. I'm excited about that.
He's got 2 all year, and at the beginning of the year, I looked him in the eyes, and I said, Von Bell, over under 7 interceptions this year. Paused, looked back, over. He's not going to go over. But I think that he has consistently. He's going to have 6 interceptions. No, I think he's going to do exactly. He's going to go. He hasn't actually announced that he's going to the NFL yet, but in my mind, he's going to go to the NFL. He's done everything. He came in his first game as a starter, his freshman year, and had an interception in the Clemson game. He has big moments and had some big picks in the playoff run last year. I think that he's going to keep it alive, and the interception bowl game streak that Bill just mentioned is going to be advanced with 2. I've got no rhyme or reason for it. Maybe DeShone Kaiser is a backup quarterback, and I'm not going to get technical with it. Von Bell says all the time he's going to make plays. I think Von Bell's going to make a play or two.
Can I say something here? Because I don't want people to think I was making fun of Von Bell with my Von Bell impersonation. We just had the big media day here on Wednesday where we got to talk to all the starters for Ohio State. And there are a lot of guys in that room that we're not going to talk to anymore, at least as Ohio State players. We'll get them a little bit after the game. There are some really fun guys to talk to on this team, and it's good for people to know that. Like Cardale Jones was there and Tyvis Powell was there. They might not be back. Von Bell is such an interesting guy to talk to. He's such a different personality. Darren Lee is a great guy to talk to. Joshua Perry is a great guy to talk to. Taylor Decker is great. There are guys with personalities on this team, and it's fun to have conversations with them. And so we just talk to them, and we might not talk to a lot of them that much anymore. So
it's kind of sad. That's life.
Make plays.
From Phoenix, Arizona, I'm Ari Wasserman. That's Bill Landis. That's Doug LeMaurice. Thanks so much for keeping up with all of our Fiesta Bowl coverage. Of course, we will be hammering you with stories for the next 2 days and through the Fiesta Bowl. Stay tuned with cleveland.com/OSU. Thanks so much for watching, and like always, have a great day.